Hello, YouTube. So, once again on Erlengrat, but well, it just so happened that I wasn't really paying attention when I went to load it yesterday, and I hit a wrong button, and I accidentally deleted my saved game file. So here I am restarting on Erlengrat. So, still right in August. Um, right at the beginning, I have spent every dime I have to my name for machinery. I once again got the Volta Q305, the Phoenix Winterwolf, the Krone D966 from the mower and wrapper with hitch, so it can have pull the baler behind it. Got the Coon Silage Special from the Coon Silage Pack. It's got the chainsaw, the Devour Trees tool, because it's a handy dandy way of just turning trees into chips and also getting rid of stumps. The TLX dumper and bale loading flatbed for the Phoenix. For constructions, I just flattened off space here. Got the timber storage there. Farm supplies production. Right here I got the stone well. Water tank. Fertilizer production for digestate. And up here, where'd it go? Yeah, tucked up nice and neat. I got my wood production building. And way up in the corner, once again, this is where I'm going to put my energy production. I got a solar panel. As you may be able to tell, that's not cheap. I have spent myself completely into debt. So, yeah, just kind of working on digging myself out of that hole. Kind of made the decision. This one, I'm not really going to do any landscaping other than for my buildings. I'm going to come up to about here-ish, straight across. All this is where I'm going to be putting my main farm area. This area over here is going to once again be my logistics area. So I got, timber storage here. I'm going to be putting the pallet storage buildings throughout here. And once again, when I get enough to actually get a decent house, I'm going to put that up here. We'll be putting one shed in here, the other two up here. I'm going to be putting my multi-grain silo here again. So I'm going to get this set up kind of how it was. I'm going to put my 5 different carpentry buildings up here, because I kind of discovered that the sawmill on this map can feed 5 carpentry buildings and still have excess planks. So yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna do a better job of landscaping it beforehand so that it doesn't look like a hot mess. And then just put my carpentry up in this little peninsula looking thing here between the roads. Then from about here up to right about here, just above this house, That's going to be my grass production, so I'm going to plow that all up, then seed it down with grass, and from there to about here. I might go up a little bit higher with the grass, maybe about here. Got to kind of figuring out where a good, maybe about here. Do that with, up to about there with grass. And up to about the base of this building. Yeah, about here to here. I'm just going to put poplar all through here for wood chip, for future wood chip production. And then from this building on up to the edge of the map is where I'm going to be, continuously planting trees for added lumber. That's kind of my plan for this main property. And that, once again, the next property I'm going to buy is probably going to be this one here. But this time, instead of just plowing it and leveling and it's trying to smooth it out and wasting all that time and energy and all that, I'm just going to kind of pick a spot, like, once again, going to take and build like a roadway in here, and I'm going to level like all this area off to that road. I'm going to take this area down here and level off to probably about even out about here. So down here there'll be, till probably about here, because I plan on putting a sugar plant here, root storage here. So I might just leave a good chunk down, take this bottom section and level it off here. Just take the whole damn area, just level it nice and smooth. And use this area down here for sugar beets and sugar cane. Level the middle section off here for wheat and oat and whatever else. I come up here and down it, do something, level off another field up higher. But instead of trying to smooth it out and all that like I was before, which took a lot of time and a lot of money over and over again, I'm just going to use the level tool, level it. I'm not too worried here because the mower's not too picky. I'll do some stuff like here, kind of slope this better so I'm not getting these little pockets. I'm not too worried around the rocks because I can't, you only can do so much with the rocks there. But this I'm not too worried about because the mower handles it fine. But going over where I'm going to be running a harvester, I'm just going to flatten it out. Just level the whole area, and then wherever there's going to be a sharp drop off, I'm just going to paint it as a cliff. So starting over again. I got my little caravan for my temporary housing. Just living in my RV. Don't mind me. I got this kind of slope down to there. I'm going to be spending a whole lot of money getting this all re-sloped, redone. My first goal, I'm going to, of course, mow this. I got a couple of active contracts for one for mowing, 2 others for harvesting. One for wheat, I'm kind of glad for, because that way I can take the excess instead of selling it. I'm going to drop it in my production building because I can turn that into seed. So I won't have to buy the seed to get my, lumber production plant going up there. So my overall goal is just I'm gonna just do some contracts, have some income coming in, and then I'm just gonna clear out all those trees. And I'm kind of thinking every like 6 months I'm gonna replant about 120 trees. Kind of go through a rotation on them, do some deciduous, some pine. You know, spread them out about 6 months apart. You figure out some way, you know, landmarking it so, you know, not getting them, you know, mixed together and planted too close if at all possible. Kind of get them spread back out through the whole area again. And with those ones, I'm just gonna fill up my lumber storage. You know, and I'm gonna intentionally get a bunch cut and get it all lined up. Mostly the pine, the stuff that drags real easy. Get it cut, all lined up to drag, with the intent of having enough to fill the lumber yard, or the sawmill, so I can just quick rush it all down there, sell it all at the sawmill, so the sawmill will be full. I can turn around, buy the sawmill, so I will, it'll be full of lumber when I buy it, and I'll be using the money that I made from selling that lumber to buy the sawmill. And I'll be doing that right in and I have that all lined up. So instead of selling it all immediately, get it all lined up and everything ready to drag it down there in February. So I'll have everything all lined up and have the lumber prepped and ready to roll, so that come February, I can, when the sawmill is selling basically as high as it'll get, I can just rush lumber down to it, sell it at peak price, and turn around, buy the sawmill, sell all the lumber that is in my lumber storage, and then landscape that area and buy up the and build up my carpentry buildings. So then by the time June rolls around, I should have some furniture ready to sell. I'll be making the most of all that. And after that, with that counter going, I got a lot more grass out of here than people thinking. So I'm at 78 bells and I ain't done yet. I've also kind of changed up how I've been doing this. Always before I would just mow and bale the whole thing and then come back and pick up the bales and just deal with the frustration of having to do that all the dang time when bales are in my way, and kind of decided, you know what, I'm gonna just try it this time, where whenever I start having to do that sort of stuff, and the bales are getting in my way, I'm just gonna get back to where my start point was for the back to my start point for each lap, basically. I'm just gonna stop, grab my truck, and then go clear out all the bales and start again without any obstacles. So I figured that's not going to take me any more time, because I got to go around and collect the bales anyway. Why not do it while I'm mowing? And that way I have less wasted time dodging bales of grass. Because right now my farm supplies building is grinding away, turning the It's already turning grass into straw and silage. Kind of part of why I'm got it going already is I already got one contract for not straw, or not straw, hay. Where's my brain? So right here, this is the side I started it on, so I'm just gonna finish this white. As I turn around, I'm gonna turn everything on the button. I'm gonna turn everything off. Drop those bales. Shut this down. I can't remember where I left my truck. For real. And I will admit to something, I am slightly cheating. The tipper I got for the truck, I am using the Unreal volume on it right now. And just because I don't like having to make more trips than I need to. And I want to make sure on this wheat contract that I'm able to haul all of the wheat in one shot. Because I've discovered just by watching it, it's like if you stop harvesting at about 78%, you know, not as, you know, like when you hit 78%, you go a little bit further, but not quite to 79%. If you take what you have, whoa, pay attention to driving, not talking sometimes. But if you take what you have, at, you know, get 78%, go a little bit farther, take everything you've harvested at that point and deliver. When you finish harvesting the field, it usually gives you contract complete. So that means everything else there is yours. That's, you know, usually ends up giving you a little bit more than if you try to stop tipping right at, you know, contract complete. You know, like if you harvest the whole field and then start dumping and try to stop right at contract, right when the contract is complete, you end up, you know, if you do it the other way around, where you stop harvesting at just a little past 78, dump, and then go back to harvesting, you usually end up with a little bit more than if you completely harvest first. Apparently I didn't shut it off. Okay. And I know, I'm teleporting a lot between vehicles, but right now, I usually do 3 days per season, and right now, because it starts you with just 1 day on the season, so, or not a season, a month. So I only got 1 day on August, so I'm kind of, I know, like I said, on real time, so I know I actually have a lot of time. But I don't know, I just feel rushed. Because it's like, well, I only got a few hours left. Ugh. But yeah, so I tend not to run, especially when right here's my mower and my truck's way over there. But so yeah, there's my plans for how I'm gonna go through all this. But you know what they say about planning. Something's gonna come up. Like I keep thinking, like maybe I should like level off where their ass is. You know, come up just a little bit past, you know, where. Because I do like the image that I had before, where the buildings were on like a split level. I like how that looked. So maybe I'm thinking I should come up a little bit past where the buildings are gonna be. And just level off the whole area for the grass. Well, then that wouldn't, unless I level it off and match like right over there, where that the archways are, because I like having that as a way to get between the two fields, the two areas. So if I level off that field there and this field there, so I can still use that as a way to get back and forth between the two. Because I mean, going 5 miles an hour up this hill does get a little irritating. I don't get much past this building and it really bogs down. And oh, this map, the prices don't seem as good on silage. But then again, maybe that was because I, at some point, had switched the economy to hard. Like, I'm just gonna stop fucking double check prices on silage. Yeah, it's 340. What does it look like if I switch the economy to hard? Yeah, I think that was the issue. I was playing on hard difficulty. So, right now I'm on normal. Oh, really the only difference between the two is how long it takes you to build stuff up. But I noticed when I was on this before and playing on with the economy set to hard, I did put myself 500 grand into debt. Because I wanted to build just a little bit more. But that is also a common thing I do. So oh, here we go, guys. Starting again on Erlengrat. Then maybe this time I can pay more attention to my OCD-ish nature, because I'll admit, there was one thing that was bothering me. This was how I was doing it before. I had, you know, my productions kind of all jumbled and mixed. So I had the sawmill on top, and then I had this, and then I had the production facility. Then I had something else, and then I went back to the carpentry, and then there's something else, and then there's a couple more carpentry. Then everything was kind of mixed, and it was kind of bothering me. So this time I'm like, I'm gonna set this up so everything's organized, with each other. So I got the production all up here, all on its lonesome. Like I said, I got the solid fertilizer from digestate, which makes sense because right here's where I'm getting my digestate. Yeah, from right up here. That's currently where I'm getting my digestate from. So that works. And I got my water. That's going to be the water. Now I got my wood production, wood storage. Now my next goal is I'm going to have the sawmill. Then after the sawmill, I'm going to have pallet storage. Then I have my carpentry buildings, and after them, I'm going to have furniture storage. And then I'm not going to build any more, though. I'm going to build the 5 carpentry buildings, and then furniture storage, and then I'm going to be done building carpentry. So everything's going to be kind of built, and I'm going to kind of plan out my productions better. So everything's going to mesh that way, so, that's going to be a thing I'm going to pay closer attention to. But, and then I'm going to pay more attention to how I do my landscaping, try to have less wasted money on landscaping. But until then, it's going to be a lot of mowing and a lot of logging. So, until next time, you guys, have fun.